Clock in, clock in. Black gotta just walked in.
Yeah. He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals, bitch. Yeah. He already dead, there ain't no need to check his vitals. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Yeah, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. Let go, crunch time, yeah, nigga, it's lunch time. He dead.
Team Black gotta stand up, man. Yo, I'm gonna start off by saying, fam, I don't even like the title of this video. Reason I don't like the title of the video, cause Choppa real deal be giving good advice out here. Choppa be real deal encouraging people to better themselves. You feel what I'm saying? He be telling folks to meditate, eat better, you feel me? And obviously when you do stuff like that, it's always gonna be those people with their agenda like, damn, like, yeah, nah, we ain't, he crazy, his ass, he be hypocritical himself, like he a hypocrite, you feel me? That's the title of this video, by me mentioning that, hip-hop's most hypocritical rapper. Don't forget to sub if you ain't already sub, man. Like the video up. Let's get into this joint though, man.
In the past few years, NLE Choppa has proven to be hip-hop's most hypocritical rapper. From spreading messages on spirituality and angel numbers in 2019,
No, I always been like, I've been getting like spiritually woke. Like I be seeing angel numbers and shit.
to walking girls by their hair in his latest music video in 2023. It's clear that something critical happened in Choppa's journey that led him to transition back to the person he used to be, despite going against it. So what really happened? And what events led to NLE Choppa's character being deemed as hypocritical by the hip-hop world? Hi, I'm Luesta. I create weekly video documentaries of things I'm into. Today, we're going to break down how NLE Choppa pulled off the biggest lie in the music industry. In order to fully grasp NLE Choppa's transformation and the hypocrisy that followed, we must first delve into the origins of his rise to fame. Born on November 1st, 2002, under the name Bryson Potts, NLE Choppa's journey began in the challenging neighborhoods of Memphis, Tennessee. Growing up in this environment, he encountered numerous obstacles that could have easily discouraged him from pursuing his dreams. When describing his upbringing on DJ Vlad, he painted a vivid picture of a city filled with hatred, where love was scarce, and the realities of life were harsh and unforgiving.
If you would come there, you would be like, you will understand why people don't love, you know what I'm saying? You'll understand why people don't trust you. You'll understand why people are so negatively fueled. Man, we start toting guns in Memphis at around like 10. I had my first gun at like 13, 12.
I think that tells us all
What in the hell is you doing with a gun at 10? I thought I was out here tripping early, fam. 10? Fam, I ain't even know I could get hard yet. Till about 10. That when I figured out like, oh snap, that thing, it get hard and it be poking out. You like, why do that? Like I found that out around 10. I ain't go buy no gun.
we need to know about how he got his name. But NLE Choppa was built different, and he would defy all odds set against him, thanks to none other than his innate musical gift. He drew inspiration for his songs from his experience in the street.
I hope this ain't the gun you talking about you had when you were 13, fam. With the 30 on it, with the blue 30. Yeah, you a little bit too hot at you.
Making his music real and relatable.
Homicide, if I play about bad, that nigga run up on me. I'm a suicide gang, that nigga know that if he play, he gon' fucking die.
Later in his career, NLE Choppa's lyrical content would become the center of intense trauma, which of course we'll get to later in this video. But at the young age of 14, NLE Choppa found himself drawn to the world of freestyling and rap session with his friends. It started off as a simple hobby, done purely for the enjoyment and entertainment it brought to them. Little did he know that this innocent pastime activity would soon lead to something greater, because eventually, Choppa gained encouragement after posting some of the freestyles online, and doing this helped him generate a very small buzz locally. This led him to capturing the attention of a popular director on YouTube known as Moda Media, who were known for giving upcoming talent from Memphis an outlet, like Pooh Shiesty, Big 30, and Duke Deuce. And Choppa would collab with them to do a video for the song No Chorus Part 3, with a group named Shot of Fam, and his verse went over 100,000 views in just a couple of weeks. And today, it's still one of their most viewed videos on the channel. It was here where NLE got his first taste of virality, with plenty of users commenting how this song was a classic, and that his verse was straight up legendary. What truly captivated fans about NLE Choppa wasn't just his music, but the infectious energy he exuded in every aspect of his artistry. Whether he was performing for a music video or simply vibing out and rapping along to his own tracks, you could feel his passion and enthusiasm through the screen. However, it was during a casual ride around town with his friends that a life-changing moment occurred.
I am a menace, like tennis. I'm with this shit like I'm Dennis. I started this shit, I'm a finish. Niggas be hating.
Little did he know that this random and what seemed to be an ordinary session would result in a song that would leave a lasting impact on his career. After posting the freestyle, the clip had gone viral, and Choppa rushed his way to the studio to make it an official track.
This shit, I'm a finish. Niggas be hating, trying to blemish my image. They want the smoke.
He titled the song Choppa Flow, and it would go on to become NLE Choppa's breakthrough single. It quickly gained traction and left a significant impact on the music scene. To this day, the song amassed over 200 million views on YouTube, receiving a platinum plaque, and reached a peak position of number 36 on Billboard's Hot 100 chart. When reflecting on the creation of the song, Choppa himself admitted that he was taken by surprise with the overwhelming success that Choppa Flow brought to him.
The freestyle went like viral, so I felt like I had to put it out fast. So I just hopped on it quick. I knew he was gonna do something, but I didn't know he was gonna do that.
He would go on to release Choppa Flow 2 and Choppa Flow 3 immediately after to capitalize off the momentum, and even quadrupled down and got Blueface on the remix. And sure enough, it performed even better. The video amassed an astonishing 400 million views, effectively doubling the already impressive view count of the original music video.
Blueface, baby. How many Choppa flows he got? He got like 10 on my, ain't it? Like a limb, right?
From here, he began to solidify his position in the rap industry. He immediately began touring with Juice WRLD, started collaborating with different rappers, getting called a Walmart version of NBA Youngboy, and much more. At this point, he was damn near unstoppable. Everything he touched turned to gold. But as they say, all good things do eventually come to an end. And only a couple years later, it seemed as if NLE Choppa's biggest enemy was himself. And it all started with the moment he signed his first record deal. With the success of the 3 Choppa Flow songs and his popularity skyrocketing, a huge bidding war began between major labels, as it was a no-brainer to put some money behind him. He was offered multi-million-dollar recording contracts by several different labels. And you know Birdman was offering bro a huge bag for him to be dancing like this for him. And maybe he was just in the heat of the moment, but he made a decision that he would soon seem to regret. Because in February of 2019, Choppa began making headlines for being a 16-year-old rapper who turned down a $3 million record deal. Now, of course, this was kinda odd, as it would be any 16-year-old's dream to make $3 million off a rap career they've been working on for a year. For clarity, NBA Youngboy only received a maximum $2 million deal when he first signed to Atlantic Records in 2017, and he would prove to become a much bigger artist. But the same cannot be said for NLE Choppa, but we're gonna get to that later in this video. Meanwhile, Choppa surprised many by joining forces with Warner Bros. Record for the launch of his own label, No Love Entertainment. This may sound like Choppa essentially owned his masters, but that's clearly not the case, as he would eventually call out his label for not allowing him his freedom of speech just 1 year later. So how did this mess even come about? After signing his deal, NLE Choppa continued to use his partnership with Warner Bros. To release his own album titled Cottonwood. He then milked the fuck out of the Choppa Flow series, broke up with his girlfriend, and essentially just kept building the brand. But everything would come crumbling down on August 28th, 2020. When he decided to deviate from the formula that had brought him success in the first place. And it all started when NLE Choppa posted a weird video on his YouTube channel titled Airbending/Waterbending NLE Choppa. In this video, he literally sat in the rain and did some kind of spiritual meditation or exercise or something. And as expected, some people thought he was just trolling, and the comments were filled with jokes, laughing emojis, and overall, no one had any idea what was going on. But Choppa was serious. Over the next couple of days, fans were met with tweets from Choppa, where he would say things ranging from how he can control the winds while he was meditating, to how he doesn't do drugs and that he believes alcohol is a demon spirit, using his energy to control fires, becoming a vegan, and how you're not healthy if you don't shit 5 to 7 times a day. He would basically turn into Sadhguru overnight. But sadly, no one really took him serious, and the replies were usually met with more laughing emojis, more memes, and more negativity, despite his efforts to remain positive. So fans were wondering, what the hell happened to NLE Choppa? Well, they were given more insight on what was truly happening on August 31st, 2020, when he created a YouTube channel called Awakened Choppa, where he would start uploading similar content about health, wellness, and spirituality. A few days later, NLE tweeted out something that was a huge surprise, when he said that he's no longer going to rap about violence and that he only wants to spread positivity and wake people up. He accompanied the tweet by posting a snippet of a new song that showed him dabble with a new sound that was nothing like his previous work.
Ain't wearing no mask, nigga, fuck the pilot. Fake ass coronavirus. cops killing started riding.
And fans weren't too happy about the change in sound, saying things like, "You're just saying a bunch of random ass shit," while also mocking his coronavirus bars and saying that they knew he wasn't really street all along, referring to the fact that it may have all been a facade that he made up to.
People are just ridiculous, bro. People are ridiculous. That's all I gotta say.
Gain publicity and fame. However, Choppa stood his ground, and he announced that he will be dropping a new album titled From Dark to Light. So why would someone who was exploding with fame, making millions of dollars, and becoming a prominent figure in the rap industry at just 17 years old want to completely change their entire format and blueprint for success? I mean, we've seen many artists over the years receive backlash for going down a similar route, like Eminem, Tyler the Creator, Playboi Carti, and most recently Kendrick Lamar. But these are all elite artists who have done the groundwork to build a sustainable following for years before ever undergoing any significant changes to their sound. Choppa, on the other hand, had a mixtape, and 6 of his hottest singles had the exact same title. Plus, he's only been in the game for about a year or two. And it wasn't until his appearance on The Breakfast Club where NLE Choppa finally began to shed light on the reasons of his transformation, where he explained that it all stemmed from the fact that after getting famous and rich, he still found himself feeling very empty and depressed.
I was in my lows. I was like to the point where, you know what I'm saying, suicide was like in consideration. And so I said a prayer, like I said a deep prayer one time. Pretty much I was asking God, like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel like you blessed me with something I always wanted, but I feel like I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
And it was here where he realized that he was being portrayed in a negative light in the rap industry due to the content of his music, which motivated him to want to start preaching a more positive message. After this, he decided to turn his life around and adopt a new lifestyle that involved meditation and veganism. However, during the same interview, NLE Choppa made a statement that sparked some controversy.
I've had like a woman, she had cancer. She implemented like some of my herbs into her diet, and also with a vegan alkaline diet, and she ended up healing herself.
Yeah, he literally claimed that he was able to cure a woman's cancer with herbs and a diet plan. While we cannot confirm or deny this claim, there is no scientific evidence that supports it. So obviously, people were not too happy with this statement. NLE would still further try to push the agenda that he has figured out a cure to illnesses that doctors all over the world had yet to heal, when he made outrageous claims, such as the fact that he could heal Justin Bieber's Ramsay Hunt syndrome, a condition that caused his face to suffer paralysis. While he may have said this in good faith, the internet was not pleased, and he received a lot of negative comments for it. This sparked a back and forth between him and DJ Vlad, who was calling him out for being a snake oil salesman and claimed that he hadn't cured shit because there was no evidence to back his claims up. The drama would eventually be crushed when both parties met for an interview, where NLE also clarified that he actually didn't cure anybody of cancer.
Wait, I said I helped someone.
Okay, so
I never said like,
okay,
bro, I'd be lying if I say I got patients at my house and I'm just treating them. I don't have the time for that.
Now, even though the drama was put to rest, NLE's reputation took a big hit as someone finally called him out for his bullshit. And this was only the first sign of NLE's hypocrisy, cause it got all worse when this new change in mentality and lifestyle made an impact on his music. In November of 2020, NLE released the long-awaited project, From Dark to Light, and the album was everything it was set out to be. It was promoted as being newfound positive content on full display, with singles such as Bryson and Done. And even though he had been getting tons of support on social media, the album was a huge failure. I mean, the project only sold 6,000 units first week, which was extremely low for someone with as much hype as NLE Choppa. The singles performed really well, but for some reason, it didn't really translate into the numbers. In response to the poor sales of the album, NLE took to Twitter to explain why the album barely sold units, claiming that he dropped on a Sunday, so he lost 2 days of streaming, and that the album had no promotion, whilst randomly being kicked off Instagram, in which he had millions of followers he had no access to anymore.
He's right.
But his audience boiled it down to the fact that negativity is what sells in the music industry, and if he were to do what he normally did in the past, it would have done much better. However, it looked like NLE had no intention of going back to his older self, and he was going to stick to what he believed in. The world was going to see a new NLE, and lots of people were very supportive. Well, except for his label, Warner Bros. Records. As we said previously in the video, NLE turned down millions of dollars from several labels in 2019 to sign a deal with Warner Bros. The terms of the deal were unknown to the public, but Choppa must have known what he was getting into, right?
Wrong.
Because of Choppa's transition to his new positive style of music, which was seemingly a huge failure, it is reasonable to assume that the company was losing money and was going to continue declining in profits because the music sales did not seem to bother NLE Choppa. So Warner Bros. Took steps which included preventing NLE from making any more of his new type of music. This was made public in January 2021 when Choppa tweeted explaining how his label was trying to disable his freedom of speech on the platform and that he wouldn't be releasing any more music until the issue was resolved. A few months after tweeting about his displeasure with Warner Records, the rapper tweeted that he had plans to buy out his contract with the label in order to pursue a career as a full-time herbalist. While his fans were supportive of his idea to become independent, they weren't so cool with the idea of their favorite rapper becoming an herbalist. As expected, he didn't go through it, and to this day, he's still in partnership with Warner Records. Unfortunately, this is just one of the many things that NLE couldn't pull off. So NLE set himself apart from other rappers when he decided that he would start using his music to promote positivity under the instructions from God. And now it's 2023, so how well is he keeping his promise? Well, his most recent single, Slut Me Out, should give you an answer.
Fuck you anywhere, I'm that type guy at the church, on the plane, at the basketball game.
And when he began promoting it, a bunch of people were calling him out. One Twitter account named Uplist went viral for saying how NLE Choppa was just talking about opening his third eye and aligning with his chakras last year, while showing the music video he made for the song.
Why do people do this, bro? You know, obviously, it's people out here that do take Choppa serious. You feel what I'm saying? And I take Choppa serious. I wouldn't say it's hypocritical. I think it's just going back to bread and butter. You feel me? That would it look like he doing.
NLE has faced a lot of backlash for as well, for walking women by their hair in the video. Then on April 3rd, NLE shared behind the scenes footage from the music video shoot, where he is seen more clearly walking women by their hair. The video generated a tidal wave of angry reactions on social media, as many people found the clip repulsive and degrading to black women, while others were shocked that NLE would allow himself to even degrade women in a music video, which had many people questioning, is this the same NLE Choppa that was preaching positivity, or was it all an act? It was most surprising to NLE fans, who thought that their favorite rapper was trying to become a better person, and were willing to support him through it. And overall, he seemed to have abandoned the whole woke ideology altogether, and rarely promotes it on his pages as much as he did a year or two ago. However, maybe Choppa is trying to find the best of both worlds. Whilst he wanted to bring a more positive message to the limelight, he realized that one thing he would have had to sacrifice was his connection to his audience, which he wasn't willing to do. So instead, he uses his music as entertainment value, and still tries to preach positivity and show more of his contagious personality on his second channel, Awaken Choppa, where he's still very active on. We have seen so many rappers argue the fact that music is just for entertainment, and if it weren't for the timeless bangers Choppa has given us over the years, we wouldn't even know who he is. In my opinion, Choppa isn't perfect, but he's still extremely young. And being that young whilst in front of a huge audience can be extremely intimidating, since people don't see you as a regular human who still goes through phases, changes, and evolves. So much love to NLE Choppa, and I hope he eventually finds his path.
How I feel like that, I don't think Choppa is on the journey of finding a path. I think he been on that. I think he's just realizing what I can and can't do, which everybody does when they kind of grow up and get older. Just like when you a baby, you realize, oh, I can't touch the stove because it's gonna burn my finger. You feel me? Mistakes come in all different ways. You don't necessarily have to be doing something bad to be a mistake. Sometimes you could be thinking you're doing something good, and that probably ain't what's supposed to be done. But like, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comments below, man. Do y'all think Choppa tripping, or do y'all think that's just something he had to go through? Let me know in the comments below. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Screw me!
Bring my bread right now. Bring my money, nigga. Bring my bread right now.